James, good to talk to you. Darren Smith, thanks as always for a couple minutes.
Hey, how you doing?
You
having me.
I appreciate it as well. You got yourself in the beginning of that. I thought I saw you one other time later on in the video as well, but at least you made the cut, right?
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't shown a lot, but I was in there a couple times.
Well, how did that all work out? Since a lot of us are seeing this or hearing about this for the first time in the last couple of days or so, how did that work out? How did Shelton pull that thing all together?
Well, we had a get together in Peterson Gym. We had some camera crews and all that, and we had some show members and part of the girls team and the men's team and anyone else who wanted to come out and support Tim's video. And we all just shot it one of these past nights.
So how long ago did you do it?
It was a few weeks ago.
Okay, and you've seen the finished product, right?
Yeah, it's really well put together.
I would say so. How do you think you did in the video?
My role is limited, but it was fun for all of us. So
okay,
that's all that mattered.
Yeah, I thought you had you're in the opening scene of it as well. Now, is that generally your kind of music?
Yeah, I like all types of music. Tim has a lot of music out. All of it's really, really, really good, and yeah, I'm not really picky about my genre of music.
All right, so if I were to go through your iPod there, I'd find a lot of different music. In other words,
exactly. Yes.
Okay, I thought it was great. I do, and like I said, I'm usually a grumpy old guy about stuff like that, but I thought it was really well done. And I heard, I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe James, you can confirm this. I heard that Steve Fisher almost made an appearance in the video.
That was the rumor, but he didn't end up showing up, so we were kind of bummed about that.
Really? He stood you guys up?
I don't know. That's what I heard, but
he's pretty good. What's Shelton like when you're around him at practice or traveling with him on the road? I mean, is he doing stuff like this all the time?
This is something he's really passionate about off the court, so he's always thinking about it, I'm sure. But he's definitely focused more on basketball when we're on the court.
We're talking to James Rahon on San Diego Sports Leader, XX1090. San Diego State, as a team, just arrived in New Mexico. They will play the Lobos coming up tomorrow night. So you guys are very good out of the gates, solid, 15-2. We had your assistant coach on last week. He said we are pleasantly thrilled with our record thus far of the season. How do you evaluate where you guys are up until this point? You surprised that you have the record that you have?
Well, we knew coming in we'd be a solid team, and this record has just proven that. We're definitely happy with our record, but we also want to improve and keep this up and continue this throughout the league play.
A lot of people, James, probably thought that this was going to be, I don't want to say a step back. I don't ever want to use a term like a step back, but it was going to be so hard to carry over the success from last year to this year just because of roster turnover. As one of the guys who did return from last year's roster, I would guess that you're probably responsible for a lot of the carryover from one year to the next. How much time did you spend on that in the offseason thinking about how to take last year's success and apply it to this year?
Well, especially with the new guys, we wanted to bring in an aspect of just continuing to win. And I think that's definitely helped us. We've definitely, the new guys have definitely blended with the old guys, and it's been a really good mixture, and we've continued that winning aspect. So we've just tried to continue that and just working hard over the off season, knowing that some of our roles were going to increase. So we put in that extra work in the gym, and it's really paying off. When
you talk about your role increasing, what do you mean by that? Are you talking more on the court, or are you talking about off the court?
Both. I think both. Off the court, leadership, leading the new guys, and also on the court, just an increase in minutes and all that sort of thing. So I definitely had to be ready for both.
Is there a guy on this team? I mean, who would you identify if you had to pick one person? Who would you have identified as the real leader when you all had to listen to one voice? Who was it last year? I would guess it's DJ Gay. Who would you say it was?
We had a couple guys. DJ was definitely a main guy, but Brian Carwell, we used to listen to him. And Tim, even this year and last year, Tim's always been a great leader. So last year we were so great, I think, because we had multiple guys in that leadership role. So
And who's taken over this year? If you were to point out a guy or two or three, who would you say would be the guys that would take over that title this year?
I think Tim does a great job vocally leading, and Chase also as well, more leading by example. He definitely works his butt off every day in practice. So we all use that type of leadership as well. So those two guys, I think, would be our biggest leaders.
We're talking to James Rahon of San Diego State on San Diego Sports Leader XX 1090. You know, I don't know why I'm surprised by this, but I tuned into your game over the weekend, and I don't know how they did it, but it seemed like that home court advantage, I don't want to say I thought it was going to disappear, but it seemed like it actually got better. What can you say about the way the crowd responded this past Saturday against Vegas?
I think the crowd was outstanding. It reminded me a lot of the atmosphere with the BYU game at home last year. It had a lot of the same type of atmosphere, and they were definitely a true six-man for us on the court. Definitely helped us out a lot, and it was great to have them.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was, you know, amongst the top 2 or 3 games that I can remember watching for you guys playing on your home court. I don't know if you're able to keep in mind or keep track, because when you go out there and you play, you try to focus all away from all that. But it seemed like it was one of the top crowds that I can remember there.
Yeah, like I said, it was unbelievable. I mean, if we had that at every single game, we'd be pretty tough to beat. So.
Well, you guys
it was a great team.
You come off a great win against Vegas. What are you expecting with New Mexico coming up tomorrow night?
It's going to be another battle, I think. They're like our crowd helps us. Their crowd's going to be the polar opposite for us. They're going to be after us from the start, so it's going to be a great atmosphere. And they're a very tough team, winning 13 straight games. So we got to be ready to play.
Yeah, are they kind of, I think you'd probably identify your building as the toughest place to play in the Mountain West. As a visitor, how does this place rank? Is this the toughest place to play for you in conference?
Absolutely. Other than BYU leaving our conference, that place was a very tough place. But I think New Mexico is definitely the toughest place to play. It's extremely loud, and it's definitely a six-man over there also.
What did you think when you saw Jamal Franklin, final minute of the game, the way he got tripped up there on the baseline? How worried were you at that moment?
I wasn't worried. I've seen it a lot in practice. He always finds a way to make the basket, so I knew it was going in, and it was an amazing shot that he made.
He likes shooting a little bit too, and you had a big shot coming down the stretch in that one. He had a couple big shots down the stretch coming up in that one. I got to ask you this though, because your brother's playing local high school basketball. He's playing at Torrey Pines High School, right?
Yes, he is.
And is he committed already to go to Boston College?
Yes, he is.
Now, how did that happen? How did your brother escape Southern California and San Diego? Did you try to sway him in the direction of San Diego State?
I tried to, but it was the decision was up to him, and he just felt really comfortable with the coaching staff over there, and I think that was the main reason for his decision.
That's a long ways away.
Yeah, but he really enjoyed the campus, and Boston's a really fun city, so I think he really liked it over there.
Okay, and you just totally left it up to him. How much did he ask your advice?
He didn't really ask me at all. I went to a couple of the home visits, got a feel for the coaches, gave him a little bit of input, but the decision was all him.
Huh, man. Well, that's, hey, you want to go play in the ACC? I don't think anybody's really going to bag you. Plus, then he's got to live up to your reputation at San Diego State. Right?
I think he'll be fine in the ACC.
Going to be on television an awful lot, isn't he?
Yeah, he will.
Who's better right now? I mean, do you still have the edge on him?
Absolutely. I've always had the edge on him.
Didn't take you long to answer that. Would he say the same thing?
Yeah, he would.
Hey, James, good luck tomorrow night against New Mexico. I know it's a tough place to play, but certainly a winnable game for you guys. Continued success. Thanks for a couple minutes.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Darren.
You got it. James Rahon, Aztecs junior guard.